Woodlawn Cemetery, established 1858, City of Elmira. Hi guys, how's everybody doing today? I am doing well, very well. It's a nice fall day, nice crisp fall day here in Western New York. And today, for today's little adventure, I've been on a quest lately to kind of show you guys and prove to you guys that even in the smallest of towns, that there's history. And I tried to show that to you and try to get you guys to go see it. I have no idea if you want to. I have no idea. I don't know. I can just show it to you, tell you it's there, show you where it's at, and hopefully you guys can go see it for yourselves eventually. I don't know. But today, I am in Elmira at Woodlawn Cemetery in Elmira, New York. And instead of doing just one grave today, I'm going to take you around and show you, I'm going to give you a little tour of Woodlawn Cemetery. There's a bunch of notable graves here. For being in Western New York, you wouldn't think that there was a whole lot, but there's quite a few. So let's get into it. So the first one we're going to be talking about is Hal Roach. Most people don't realize he was an Elmira native, and he moved to Hollywood to find a whole lot of success. He was the producer of our gang, later on known as the Little Rascals. And I will do a full-length video on Hal Roach eventually at some point. But he is buried right here, Hal E. Roach, 1892 to 1992. It says, after leaving Elmira, he found success in Hollywood and motion pictures, but always loved his hometown and has returned. Up next on our little tour that we got going on is Ernie Davis. Ernie was the very first African-American Heisman Trophy winner. And he won it in 1961. He was a first-round draft pick for the then Washington Redskins, which just happens to be my team. They're now known as the Commanders, but that's for an entirely different video. But this is where Ernie Davis is buried at. He is right here in Woodlawn Cemetery. There's just certain graves that I love to see. That's actually really kind of cool. I like that. So next up on our little tour we got going here is going to be Mark Twain. Yeah, it's one of the most famous authors of all time, is actually buried right here in Woodlawn Cemetery in Elmira, New York. He got buried here because he lived part of his life here, and his wife was from here. So if you ever come to Woodlawn Cemetery, you always want to look out for these signs right here, whether it's Ernie Davis or Mark Twain or Hal Roach. A lot of the famous people, they have these signs here. As we come up on Mark Twain's grave, you're gonna see this. It tells all about how he died in Connecticut, right here. He was buried in Elmira right here. It gets to tell all about it, and about all of his other family members that are buried here. Langdon Clemens, 18 months, the first member of the Clemens family to be buried in the Woodlawn Cemetery, died of diphtheria. Then you're going to see here about the Woodlawn Cemetery in 1858. Elmira leaders saw the need to establish a number cemetery for the city. So you're going to learn a little bit about the Woodlawn Cemetery when you come here. Then there's other Twain sites of interest. Visit the Mark Twain study of the Elmira College campus. Visit Langdon Plaza, the site of Langdon Mansion. And I promise you, I was here to do a full-length video on Mark Twain once before. I did not like how it came out. So I will come back here and I will redo it. And that, my friends, is a promise. But as we come up on the Langdon family burial site, the first thing you're going to see is this little marker they got with Mark Twain on top. And I believe that's his son-in-law, Grillich. On the bottom, then this, some dirtbag, there was supposed to be something there. Some dirtbag came and stole it. Because people want to be idiots when they come to places like this. But anyways, Mark Twain is going to be buried right here. Samuel Langhorne Claims, Mark Twain, November 30th, 1835 to April 21st, 1910. And this is his wife, Olivia Langdon, the beloved and eliminated wife of Samuel Clemens. And here it says, who reverently raises the stone to her memory, Elmira, New York, November 27th, 1845. Florence, Italy, June 5th, 1904. And this, Jean Lambton Clemens, is Mark Twain's daughter, along with Olivia Clemens, Mark Twain's daughter. Now, we come down this hill, if I can do it without killing myself, it'd be Clara Clemens Gabrilowicz, June 8, 1874 to November 19, 1962. This was Mark Twain's daughter as well. Ossip Gabrilowicz was his son-in-law. So Ossip Gabrilowicz reflected in his art and in his life the notable beauty of his lofty ideals. He was a composer and a pianist. And this is the rest of the Langdon, Gabrilowicz, Twain, Clemens plot here. And it goes all the way around, and they are all buried right here at Woodlawn Cemetery in Elmira. You guys should come and see it. And they got the family marker here. That's kind of cool. I will have to look into this one for you guys and let you know what's up with it, because I'm not quite sure. Alright guys, our final stop today is going to be this guy right here, John Jones. You may have never heard of him before, but you're going to love his story. I'm not going to tell it all to you because I plan on doing a whole video on just him at some point in time. But just know in 1844, he escaped slavery. He feared that his current owners were getting old and were about ready to die, and he feared of getting sold to another family. So he escaped, and he settled right here in Elmira, New York. And I find that kind of cool. And this is where Mr. Jones is buried at. It says John W. Jones, 1817 to 1900, runaway slave, Woodlawn sexton. He risked his life to escape bondage, then dedicated his life to bury those who might enslave him. As a runaway slave, he helped 800 others escape in freedom through Elmira Underground Railroad. As sexton of Woodlawn and National Cemetery, he's buried with honor and respect. The moment you resolve injustice, nothing can hinder you to show others the way. Now, there's a reason I showed Mr. Jones here to you last, because there is one final stop that I want to show you. It's not really technically Woodlawn Cemetery. There is a National Cemetery that's right next door to it. And I'll explain that more when we get over there. You guys go like that. Just remember Mr. Jones. And I'll explain more here in just a second. Now, I'm not really supposed to go in the cemetery, so we're going to do this from the outside. You know, we said I couldn't do it from the outside of it. But you see all these graves here? These are all Confederate graves from the U.S. Civil War. And the reason they are here is Mr. John Jones. I just showed you his grave. He needed a way to make money after he had escaped. And they offered him $2.50 per grave to dig and bury these Confederate soldiers that are here. Now, I will do a complete video on it later on. You guys are just going to have to bear with me. This is kind of the best I can do for right now to get you close to these graves. Like I said, I'm not really supposed to be here, but what they don't know ain't going to hurt them. And that right there we'll tell all about it. If you ever want to come here and visit, come and see that. But Mr. Jones made $2.50 to bury all the Confederate soldiers that are here. There's right around, I believe, 2,000 of them. Well, I hope you guys like that little tour of Woodlawn Cemetery. I showed you 4 graves. There's plenty more. I'm definitely going to do a part 2 and probably a part 3. But I need you to like the video because we're going to try to change the algorithm on this. See if some small town kid can get big on YouTube. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but that's where you guys come in. Like the video. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I will see you guys all later. I hope you all have a great day.